Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ameer Al-Khatahtbeh. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of @Muslim. We're the largest media company and news outlet for the Muslim community across the world. I would argue that a lot of Muslims are building our own platforms and places online. What is needed for us to have our very own social media, to have our own companies, is the support from the Muslim community. So we need to support more initiatives. We need to support more organizations that want to fund and give resources and help and assist the next generation of Muslims. I know so many Muslims that are creating apps that have the same idea of wanting to build a social media like Instagram or Twitter for Muslims, because quite honestly, Meta, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, they all censor Muslim voices. They censor Palestine. They cut us off from the platform when we speak very vocal about all these issues. So we have a lot of beautiful talent and a lot of initiatives and programs and people that are trying to build. We just need Muslims to come together, to give money, to give resources to help and build the next generation and support us, inshallah. So I have the largest following for any Muslim platform, news outlet, media publication. And with that comes a lot of tension from non-Muslims and also from the Muslim community. So alhamdulillah, it's a good challenge to have. I wouldn't say it's too much where it stops us from doing the work. Malcolm X said, if you don't have people that are giving you harm or issues, then you're not doing good work. So alhamdulillah, when you publish the truth, when you publish things about Palestine, when you publish things about the Muslim community, you will always be met with opposition. You will always be met with people that have an issue with this. So for Muslim, we have a lot of issues with Zionists and people who support Israel when we cover news about Palestine and Palestine. They want to discredit Palestinians. I'm Palestinian myself, from Palestine, from Al-Quds. And any time that you use facts, it upsets Zionists because they can't argue against it. Instead, they want to say, oh, this is anti-Semitic because you are proving their points wrong. So we are met with a lot of opposition in that sense. Also during when Trump was elected in the United States, he put a Muslim travel ban. So you had a lot of people that were very upset about Muslims in America because the president was against Muslims and tried to ban us from the country. So we face a lot of hate, we face a lot of comments and pushback, but that only means that we are doing a good job because alhamdulillah, that means we are reaching audiences beyond the Muslim community, alhamdulillah. Israel wants nothing but to expand Zionism, to take over Palestinian lands, and to cut off any existence of Palestinian culture, life, and support. That has always been the goal of Israel. So when October 7th happened, they used this as an excuse of an opportunity to be like, we need to take Gaza, right? Look at these Hamas terrorists, they harm our own and all of this. When you look at the numbers, right, Israel saying 1,200, we can't even confirm if 1,200 were killed from the rockets in October 7th fully, but we can confirm that over 35,000 Palestinians in Gaza have been killed as of today in retaliation, and the world is silent. But this has always been the case. It's always been the case like this for many years. And with all of the attention on Gaza right now, people are seeing the true colors of all these different countries internationally, And the thing is, Most of the countries around the world support a Palestinian state, and they support the existence of Palestine, except for the countries like the US, the UK, Israel, Australia, right? These major countries are the only ones that are saying we don't support like a Palestinian state. But when you look at the map and you see like all these countries supporting the existence of Palestine, we know that the majority of people are with the Palestinian people. They aren't with supporting of Israel. We're just seeing the true colors of the government that feels like they can't do anything, because if they do something for Gaza, they will have issues of their own. So we're facing a lot of issues right now internationally for Palestine. Each country that's not supporting Palestine has some form of benefit of the genocide that's happening in Palestine. So if countries are being silent, it's because they have some benefit to the US, whether it's a relationship with the US or if they have a relationship with Israel, whether it's trade, whether it's resources, money. Countries are not helping because they don't want to hurt this relationship. So they are choosing resources, money, and support over human dignity, morality, and human life, which is not right. So every country that's not supporting Palestine has a reason behind it that's not good. So people always tell me Muslims are not together. I actually argue against this idea that Muslims are not together. I feel like Muslims are united when it comes to sharing the same values, when it comes to sharing the same vision and the support against injustice. Like when you look at Palestine, when you look at Uyghur Muslims in China, when you look at Sudan, when Muslims are being harmed across the world, Muslims feel this. You know, it's part of, we're all part of the same ummah. We're all brothers and sisters. So we all have this desire of wanting to help and support and assist, but each one of us has our own way about doing things because every Muslim practices Islam differently. So I think this is an issue that is making it so we can't come together for a solution because every Muslim has a different way to go about practicing. You have Muslims that are more traditional, right? Muslims that are like, oh, we can't be in the same room as like a woman. We can't, intermix. And then you have Muslims that are more cultural, right? That are, they're culturally Muslim, not necessarily more traditional. So you have different values for different Muslims. And even though we share the same ideas that, okay, what's happening in Palestine is wrong, what's happening in China, wrong, what's happening in Sudan, wrong, and we want to come and help Muslims, we have different ways about doing this. You have people that want to go and fight in Palestine. You have people that want to use diplomacy. So because of this, there's no one way for us to come together. But I do have to say, when we support, news, and when we support our own media, for Muslim, I built the platform so we can stay informed on everything that affects the Muslim community across the world, because I believe that news and staying informed connects the Muslim community. When Muslims understand what's happening in Sudan, what's happening in Bangladesh, what's happening in China and Palestine, we all have the same factor of ummah and unity and wanting to come together. So because of this is the work that I do in covering news to make sure everybody stays informed, alhamdulillah. But there is complications, but that does not mean that we are not doing work. There are a lot of Muslims in different areas that are doing work, even if it's small, even if it's a small donation, even if it's coming together and learning about Palestine. There are a lot of Muslims that are taking initiative to try to help the way that they can, because not every Muslim is a politician, not every Muslim is ready. They can just go to Palestine and help and assist. So I feel like we're doing the best that we can with the resources that we're able to do. And inshallah, we can do better and we can see a free Palestine, inshallah.